Hello everyone, my name is Professor Raj Shekhawat. I'm based at Flinders University in Adelaide. My background is I'm a clinical audiologist by training, and in the past decade and a half, I've been really privileged to work across 6 countries around 4 continents, and finally I'm here in Adelaide. It's a pleasure and absolute delight today to meet Christian. So Christian, can you tell about yourself, please?
Of course. Okay. Well, as you mentioned, my name is Christian Sagan. So I work as a specialist hearing health recruiter from a boutique recruitment agency called ACM Healthcare. We're actually the only agency in Australia that has a division that specializes within the hearing space. So I've had the opportunity to work within audiology recruitment for the past 5 years. I've placed a ton of candidates across locum and permanent positions right across Australia. I've also had the opportunity to network with a variety of Australia's national providers, manufacturers, and independent practices right across the country. As an agency, we try to get very involved within the hearing industry as well. So we're always exhibiting at Audiology Australia, the ACOD congresses, which you've also sponsored in the past. And that's been a great exposure into the industry, giving me sort of face-to-face action with a lot of people and companies within the industry. And yeah, hopefully I can share some of this insight that I've had over the years.
Absolutely, Christian. Look, we have been in touch with each other for many years through LinkedIn, and I'm so impressed with your profile, the way you create short videos to engage with potential candidates and employers. It's just brilliant, Christian. So we thought it'll be really helpful if we can share some conversations which can probably help some potential candidates. So my first question to you, Christian, is what are your top 3 skills in candidates who are looking for jobs?
Okay, fantastic. Well, I guess in relation to audiology and as a graduate especially, so it is a given that starting off in your career, you're not going to have any postgraduate experience within the industry, of course. So don't make that your focus, especially when during interviews. Focus on strengths that you can draw through your past experience, any transferable skills you have. Top skills that I look for when I'm talking to grads is any experience they've had over the course of their career which relates to customer service, any client-facing position, customer service, very essential. Any sales background experience would be great, and any administration experience. So that all of those traits are definitely things that interviewers would look for, especially in a retail-based position that audiology has across a lot of the divisions. And also, during the early stages of any interview process, especially for graduates, you're normally assessed on your behavioral and soft skills rather than any clinical experience. So employers, they want to know that whilst talking to you, you're a great communicator, you're a good listener, you've got the ability to think on your feet strategically, that you're a team player, and you're passionate, your willingness to learn. So a lot of it is more interpersonal relationship skills rather than any clinical postgraduate skills.
Well, Christian, thank you so much. And it's really important to hear this thing, because sometimes students get too caught up in just trying to improve their grades that they sometimes don't think too much about these soft skills or transferable skills, things like communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity. These are all 21st century skills, and they're extremely important, isn't it? Yeah, now, my final question to you is, Christian, if you have to give some suggestions or some tips to students who have just started their audiology program or in the middle of their audiology program, what are the things they can do to optimize their chances to stand out?
Okay, fantastic. Well, first of all, I'd probably say be as flexible as possible. So obviously everyone has their ambitions, especially as a graduate entering an industry. Early in your career, don't focus too much on any particular area. Once you graduate, be open to learning, growing your experience, and the first role that you might attain might not actually be your first preference. Your goal is to obviously find a company that's willing to put you through a graduate program and supervision to gain your QP. So early in your career, first and foremost, getting your QP, it's definitely going to get open up a lot more doors. And it's every opportunity that you have to grow and every opportunity you're given, it's going to be a stepping stone that you can leverage, for your next role as well. So getting into the industry is definitely important. It's also very competitive being a small industry. So as a graduate, you'll find that a lot of graduate roles or companies willing to put you through the graduate program and give you supervision will be in a more regional location. So of course, if you live in a metro city, you want to be close to home. But if you are open to actually traveling, relocating for at least your graduate year, it's going to give you the opportunity to sort of get into the industry. And you'll find that the more flexible candidates are, or more flexible you are, the higher the chances of you sort of, attaining a position early in your career. Lastly, I'd probably say ACM also a big advocate of this, since you mentioned as well. We always put up videos, and personal brand is massive for us as an agency and for any professional, especially in today's day and age. So networking is key, whether that be face-to-face, volunteering, work experience, conferences, but during COVID especially, everyone's online. So if you can utilize LinkedIn to your advantage, it's definitely going to help. Great tool for you to grow your network, even at the early stages long before you finish. It's basically your online resume, and very common for recruiters, hiring managers, and owners to even view your profile like long before they're considering you for any position. So getting that profile up to date, connecting with people within the industry to grow your network, and not just connecting, but I'd suggest even engaging, sharing their posts and things like that. That's definitely gonna put your foot in the door.
Well, Christian, those were some really, really wonderful insights, and especially hearing them from recruiters' mouths, it make them even more important. I'm sure the listeners, the students, people who are looking for jobs or who are studying audiology, or for that matter, other clinical disciplines, they will definitely get lots of mileage out of this. So thank you so much for your time today, and we'll keep in touch.
Yes, 100%.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Raj. Bye now.
Bye.